Hey, welcome to I'm That Mom, the podcast about motherhood without the pressure of perfection. My name is Katy. I'm a self-taught entrepreneur who started my baby company while pregnant and grew it to an 8-figure business as a single mom of 3. Join us as we discuss the fun, funny, and messy parts of motherhood. We're certainly not experts. We're just here to support all the moms and hopefully, collectively, we don't completely it up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I kind of sound like I'm underwater, but you're used to it now because I've been like this for 3 weeks. But okay, so today's a fun topic. We're going to talk about milestones, milestones with kids specifically, not adult milestones.
We don't want to talk about adult milestones.
No. But I think it's an interesting topic because I think some milestones with our babies are very is it just for social media, right?
Yeah.
But what are the real milestones? Like, what are the ones that when your kids go to bed and you're sitting there with your husband and you're cheersing because you're like, yeah.
You're like, they were 3 years late, but they finally hit it.
Yeah. Oh, you're thinking that. No, I'm more like they wiped their butt.
Oh, yes.
This is a milestone. So this will be a fun topic because yours are a little bit younger than mine. And so we can
They're still fresh for me.
Yeah, still fresh. But yeah, top milestones. I feel like the go-tos are always first steps and first words. What were your kids' first words?
It's always dada.
Yeah, or ball.
And there's science behind that, just so we're all clear. So all you moms out there, there's science behind why they say dada
Why?
first. It's not because they like dad better.
And why is it dada? Is that what your kids
Dada.
say? Yeah.
Sorry. I'm Southern.
Okay, tell us the science behind dada.
So it has to do with how your tongue hits the roof of your mouth. So say mom.
Oh, mom.
Okay, did you notice what your tongue did?
No.
It didn't do anything.
Okay.
That's why you didn't notice it. But when you say dada, do dada.
Dada.
Say dada.
Dada.
Say dada.
Dada.
See, you see how your tongue, it kind of went to the roof of your mouth? It's
Yeah.
like an easier motion for the mouth to say for kids.
Okay.
It's just easier. That's literally all it is, y'all.
I just picture your kids walking around going dada.
So if your kid says mama first, they're super advanced.
Really?
No,
Well,
I made that part
better.
up. But
Oh, okay. And I practiced mama. I remember being like, mama, ma, and they're all, dada,
dada.
yes, and you're like, "Ugh." Yeah,
Exactly.
It's not fair. But I think, yeah, that makes sense though. Yeah, as to why. I wonder what ball is it the same thing?
Did you say ball?
Yeah, because I feel like kids always say ball.
Why are you trying to
first.
get your kid to say balls?
Well, no, ball,
ball. Oh.
Kristin. Okay, so
Next milestone.
Moving on.
Dada ball. No.
Okay, first words, then rolling over. That's kind of boring. It's exciting with your first kid, but second
It's
and
boring if your
third-
kid doesn't roll over. That's but then when they finally roll over, I feel like it's exciting, right?
Yeah, because it's when they're little babies, every little thing is like, oh my God, and then you grab your phone and you video it, and it's
And then if you have a fat baby, they never roll over because
Yeah.
they're just like a toad, right?
Yes. What else? What other big ones for babies? Sitting.
Sitting's a big one.
That is a good. I think sitting is better than rolling over.
Yeah, I mean when they walk, clearly,
Yeah.
I feel like that's the one that's implanted in my brain.
Really?
Yes.
Were
I can still see Grace walking. We're in our 1-bedroom apartment. The dogs are going crazy. Jonathan just left for a work trip.
Yeah.
And he literally says to Grace, "Now don't you start walking while I'm gone." I kid you not. 2 hours after he left,
She's all dada.
and I'm all like, ah! And I freak out. It was so funny though.
I'm sure you've seen it, but there's a viral video on Instagram and TikTok right now of a baby that's at daycare. Have you seen that one?
I don't think I've seen that one.
And have y'all seen that? And it's the daycare teacher, and she's sitting crisscross on the floor, and this little baby, she maybe 1 year old, is across the room holding her crib, and she just starts walking, and the sweet teacher is so excited and egging her on and celebrating like it was her own kid. It's really sweet.
That is sweet.
And I think because that's heartbreaking for a mom to not witness the first
Oh, let's talk about that.
steps.
Not witnessing the milestones.
I'm more concerned at the fact that I can't remember my kids first. You're sitting here going, I remember Grace's like it was yesterday, and I'm like, oh God, menopause took my memories. I can't remember it at all. Okay,
What about Lila? That would have been most recent.
Okay.
12 years ago.
No, still nothing. I think, oh my God. No,
We'll come back to this.
yeah. I remember she broke her leg before she started walking. So I do have memories of her on her scooter, dragging her hot pink cast along. And that was really
That's
cute.
pretty cute.
Okay, so first steps, are super fun.
I think I just remember Grace's because it was like, don't walk while I'm gone. And then literally moments later, here she goes. Like,
and okay, so and then also let's just talk about how when they take their first steps, we celebrate how it's a huge milestone, but really it makes your life a whole lot harder.
Especially walking. That's like the worst one.
I do remember that Lila didn't walk till she was almost 2, and I was super proud of it.
You're like, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, and I tell people, I'm like, oh, they're like, my baby started walking at 8 months old. I'm like, oh no, you push them down. Push them down. Because when they're crawling, you still have a couple minutes.
Clip those wings, girl.
Yeah, clip the wings. They still have a couple minutes before they get out of the room. Once they're walking, you have to baby-proof the whole house.
It's only a moment until they're running once they're walking.
You have to get rid of coffee tables. If, God forbid, you have what's they call, mantle around your fireplace. Yeah. Those are like death traps. You have to put the plugs
You see where people put like the little pool cushions around the fireplaces, like on the edges.
That's actually a pretty cool hack. I know.
It is a cool
hack.
But
for a hot minute, your house just looks like one of those bubble wrapped, homes. So,
or if you're a bad mom like me, it doesn't. It looks the same as it did, and you just hope for the best.
Hope for the best. I think I baby proofed more with my early, with the oldest.
That's the way it goes. You do all the things with the first one, and the second one a little bit less, and the third one even less.
But walking is fun. Although it is harder. Like you go to Target and they want down, and they're like down, down, down. And then as soon as you put them down, you're like trying to figure out how to like push the cart, and they're walking, and then
we're at that phase where when one wants to get out of the buggy, then the second one wants to get out of the buggy. So I'm always like, Grace, no, you can't get out of the buggy because then your brother will want out of the buggy.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's basically the age that bro's at.
Yep. He's at that age.
And then you get him down and what happens?
He runs everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he screams when you try to put him back in the buggy.
Yep. Never judge
And then we leave the groceries at the grocery store because I'm not going to have a
No, you're
kid
sweating.
That's screaming.
You're sweating.
You know what? Not even
Grace
worth
is
it.
no help. Bro's running. You're wishing you had a leash. Like, then you understand why parents do that. I know. The whole thing.
Yep. And then you just leave.
Yep, running, but running is not really a milestone. That's more of like the opposite of a milestone. It's like one step forward,
some kids never
back.
learn how to run. So.
Let's see, what else? After walking, potty training.
Oh, yeah. Well, what about I Love You? We talked about that one. That one's probably, wouldn't we all say that's like the most heartwarming one?
It makes my heart like, kind of like my ovaries are twitching right now thinking about it. And first laugh.
First laugh is so cute.
First laugh is the best. I watch those videos on repeat of like on TikTok of like the mom that happened. I don't know how the hell she happens to have her camera out videoing, herself, but like the baby will laugh and you can just see the mom like explode. Mm-hmm. And those little first laughs. And then when they do the first laugh, whatever you're doing that made them laugh, like you'll be like, blah, 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 and then they laugh and you just do that until it stops, like over and over and over again. Yep. Or peekaboos, or like anytime we have a baby here, like my voice immediately goes to completely annoying, obnoxious.
Oh, I love it when you have baby. I can hear Katie, can you give me Mama a spot? Oh my goodness.
They like it when I talk to them in that voice.
They do. The babies like light up. Katie has the best baby voice.
I think every woman has a baby voice. Do you ever just walk up to your baby and go, oh, you're so cute? No. You're like, hi, oh my goodness. And then you do all that to it. Even when I can't breathe. Yes. Yeah. They're so cute. Okay, first. Okay.
Well, wait, I have a story about I Love You. So, and maybe you had this moment too. Yeah. And other moms probably listening have probably had this annoying moment with their husband.
Is that what you said? Oh, I love you. Okay.
So, bro recently said it about 3 months ago. I remember it. And he said, I love you too. And I'm all like, oh. So I go to tell my husband, right? I'm like, oh my God, bro said I love you. And he's like, oh yeah, he's been doing that. Just so casually. And I'm like, can you just let me have the moment? Can you just be like happy for me? I was like, what do you mean he's been doing it?
Also, that means
like,
he's been doing it.
I think you're lying because you would have told me. He's like, yeah, no, he's been doing it.
Oh, like you think he was taking.
Yeah. I was so mad.
Yeah. No, it was definitely his first time. I definitely think he's lying to you.
I think so too. He does a lot.
Yeah. This is probably grounds for divorce.
I can't prove it, but
should we go to counseling? Now you're gonna have to go to counseling and like talk
again.
Yeah. You ruined my milestone. Okay.
What other ones?
Well, I don't know. I mean, this is where my mind goes immediately. Like when moms are talking about milestones, I'm like, these are cute and they're really great memories, but these are not milestones. To me, the big milestones are buckling your own car seat belt.
Oh, that's like
the second magical. They can like click, click. Yeah. Or actually when they're out of a car seat and they can open the car door and they can get in the back seat themselves. magical. You're there on one child.
Me and Katie are the type of moms that really want our kids to be self-sufficient.
Independent.
Don't need me.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Basically. Wiping your own butt.
That is the milestone that I probably look forward to the absolute most.
Well, Grace probably wipes her butt. Poor Grace.
She's supposed to. She forgets to flush though. I don't know what's up with that. Every day,
learning.
come in there and there's a poop sitting in the toilet. I'm like, Grace. She's like, forgot again. And I'm like, do you do this at school? Or are you just like the turd bandit that just leaves?
I mean, well, you pick your battles, I guess. At least she's wiping her butt and just not flushing.
I do always verify that there's toilet paper in there to make me feel better.
I do have this is so sad. I actually remember this more than my kids' first steps, but where they get the lean over and they go between your legs and they're like holding on to each leg and you're like wiping the butt, like, right?
You get them up, make them bend over.
Yeah, it's the stance and they get right between your legs. And I remember, I think with each child being like, okay, I think we're old enough now. Like, you try. And they're all like, they barely, and you're like, no, you got to be a little bit more aggressive than that.
And they'll use like one little square.
Yes.
And it's not a real thick ply. And I'm like, I just know that finger went through that.
Yeah. Ew.
You know?
Yes. Yes, but these are the milestones. Like, that's what we should do. So instead of making the little wood circles that's like first tooth and first smile, it's like, I wiped my butt today. It should be like a 4-year-old holding their sign up. Like,
it totally should be.
Yeah, no more first day of schools. Today, I wiped my own butt. Or today, I buckled my car seat. Or today, I ate something other than chicken nuggets and mac and cheese.
I have a question, because you have a boy, you have Cade. Is it a milestone when little boys learn to like hold their little wee-wee and
Yes, when they can stand and
yes,
not
when they
sit.
can stand.
Totally, especially in public restrooms.
Because bro's finally there, and he'll hold it sometimes, and then he'll look at me and be like, it's not working. It's not working, mama.
I feel like he's still really little.
It's so cute, though.
Yeah, it is so cute.
So what age is that? Because he's 2.5.
I mean, he's 2.5. Gosh, I feel like our poor kids. I feel like Cade was exactly.
He was 7.5 when he learned to hold his own wee-wee.
Holding his own little wiener to go to the bathroom. That's how old he was. That's a good question. We should Google, like, when is.
How do you Google that, first of all?
I feel like that is dad's responsibility to teach their boys, like, when it is appropriate.
I think so too.
I just remember potty training Cade and having to be like, hold it down, you know, because they have to like hold it down. Yeah, girls, look, guys, girls are way easier to potty train.
They are.
They just are.
For sure.
And all my kids were right before 3. Like, I didn't rush it. You know, some people like really like rush potty training and they'll be like, they're 2, they're showing interest, they pee-peed in the potty. And I'm like, yeah, but man, it is when they're not ready. And you have to like go out somewhere and it's the emergency, I have to go potty. I feel like you wait until kids are really ready.
Yeah.
Because all of mine, like right close at 3, it was daytime and nighttime all at one time.
I remember carrying the little mini potty in the back of the car for like a year and a half, it felt like. Because when they got to go, they got to go.
Potty training is a very big milestone.
That is a huge milestone that makes our lives a lot easier.
Yes, it does. Okay, what other big ones? Driving. I'm skipping 16 years here. But driving's
a big one.
Is life-changing. Like, forget wiping your butt. When your kids can actually drive and run errands for you, oh my God, it's like having...
And take younger siblings, right?
Yeah. Oh, life-changing. Literally life-changing.
And then when you go to the college, you lose that, and you're like, oh.
You do. It's more expensive. It's a very expensive milestone, but it is one of those that makes your life easier.
You become a little bit less of a chauffeur.
What's a milestone that makes your life harder?
Riding a bicycle.
Yeah. Yeah, because then all they want to do is go ride the bike.
Right, and then they're going to fall over. They're going to hurt themselves.
I feel like this is fresh for you.
Hold on. What is one that makes your life harder? Other than walking, because we already talked about that one.
Yeah, walking for sure. And then when they're toddlers, oh, I know.
Audience, do y'all have any milestones that made your life harder?
Well, we just talked about one of them's got a 3-year-old, and I feel like that milestone, the milestone of no. And then
you mean learning how to talk?
Yeah, well, learning how to talk, and also like, yes. Well, I feel like the communication stage it comes like overnight and it's so amazing, but then they learn how to overly communicate, and then they're in their 2.5, 3.5, and they're like
very defiant.
It's the defiant.
No, mama. I said no, ma'am. Yeah, that's what bro says to me. He goes, no, ma'am, mama.
Well, at least he's got manners.
He does. He's very polite about it.
Yeah. That's so cute.
Yeah, kind of.
What are other like life-changing?
Oh, I know. Here's a milestone. And I don't know if this is a milestone or not.
Yeah.
But it's a moment that usually happens is when they start to get out of the crib on their own. Like they start crawling
climb out. Yeah.
Yeah. So bro's at that age. And the other night, I walked by his room at like 6 a.m. Doors wide open. Lights are off. I look. I see nobody. And I'm like, where is he at? I walk into the living room. He's passed out on the couch with his blanket. He played a game of Uno, Chinese checkers.
Oh,
he made a puzzle.
Baby.
He colored, got snacks out, and then he just like at some point
Passed out. It might be time to take him out of the crib.
But
especially
then
if
he's
he's
just
old
gonna get
enough
out
to
of
pull out his
bed.
own game of Uno. Don't
did
we
pull
think
out his own
like
game of Uno.
he can? He
And
probably,
chocolate wafers from the kitchen.
I always transition my kids from the crib to like basically a mattress on the floor.
Oh,
My
that's a
girls
good
all
idea.
had like trundle beds. Do
Yeah,
they
yeah,
still-
the kind of bed.
Yeah.
Bro has one in his room. It pulls out from underneath.
And so they always slept on that one because I didn't ever have to worry about if they roll out of bed, it's just like 6 inches. They're all bloop. And it was easy. And then I liked it because we could like sit in there and read books and like.
Did you not feel like it was easier for them just to get out of the bed over and over again?
No,
at
it's
that
the
point?
same effort as like
it?
having him on a twin size bed.
I'm going to have to think about it.
I don't know. I loved that. And then if they weren't like, if you have to put him in the bed, but he still gets out, just stick a baby gate on his door.
He's going to crawl over the baby gate.
Yeah. I like that idea of like you teach them that you have to come to them, but then what does that mean? They're just like staring in the monitor.
Somebody told me one
like
time
screaming?
that they would set a clock in their kid's bedroom, and until it hit a certain time, they were not allowed to come out. Like
think
on the
that's
weekends,
brilliant.
and they literally would wait until it would roll over. Say the time was 8 a.m.
Yeah.
It would hit 8 a.m. Here they come. I'm like, that's a lot of
They train
restraint.
them to stay in their room till 8 a.m.
Or I think it was 8 a.m. for the weekends, and I can't even remember the person that told me that they did this.
I don't know, but we need to get them on the podcast, and they need to
I
teach
need to think of
everybody
who
how
it
they
was.
did that. Because I'm thinking 6 a.m. That would be nice, like when they're little.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, okay. Well, we've pretty much covered every single milestone up until.
Whatever your milestones are, they're your milestones. Everybody has different ones, I think.
Yeah.
Like, there's some of the big
I
ones.
kind of think we just like crapped on most of them except for the crapping one. Wiping your butt. Our favorites, like to sum it up, our favorites are the first laugh, the first I love you. Walking's overrated.
Yep.
Wiping your butt is a big one.
Yep.
So is buckling your car seat. I mean, that was just a big one for me.
Yeah.
Because I always hated like having to do the back and then go to the front. And it was so nice to just like plop them in and they like do
Or if
their
they have
own
an
car
older
seat.
sibling, now that's
Yeah.
what Grace, it's like, here, buckle your brother. And
Yeah.
I'm like relying on a 6-year-old to make sure everything's safe, right?
Yeah. Driving, that was a huge one. Once you get past the traumatic experience of teaching them to drive, like that's not a fun milestone. But once you have
can't
the
wait.
confidence of them doing it, that's a big one. So yeah, I'm going to say my favorites were wiping your butt and driving. Your top two.
I'm going to say for sure wiping butt and probably the I love you. Those
Yeah.
are my two faves.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That was fun.
That was so fun.
I can't wait to do this again. It's always so fun. If you're new, be sure and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Click all the buttons.
Like
Follow us.
Do all the things you're supposed to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
CadenLane.com.
Check us out at Caden Lane. If you want to see the madness, more madness,
More
right?
madness. More
Yeah.
laughs. More raw footage.
All the things. And follow us on all the social media channels, right? All of them.
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, we're everywhere. But until next time, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.
Forever I thought SMH was Smith. I thought it was like,
Okay,
yeah.
we have to bring Schmidt back.
I thought it was if you text somebody and you say something and they're like SMH, it was like Smith.